Hello everyone, myself Khushi. I am a law student in Army Law College and I am here as a legal intern in very popular law firm Lexicon Company. So guys, from this video we are going to discuss the promotion and protection of human rights at national or international level. The Human Rights Day, which is observed every year on the 10th December, and at the day, the United Nations General Assembly adopted in 1948 the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is like a very uh, protection and promotion of human rights body. After the establishment of the UDHR, it's just like the whole world were aware about the human rights and the rights of the man, the human. The UDHR established a set of the common basic value both with regard to the view of the human being and to the relationship between the state and the individual. If we're talking about the human rights, these are the rights which is inherent to all human beings regardless of race, sex, nationality, and language, religion, or any other status, etc. This includes the right of life, liberty, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, the right to work and education, and many more other rights, including in the human rights. The the International Human Rights Convention and bodies we're talking about, first is the UDHR, as we were discussed that UDHR, which was established by the General Assembly in 1948. The 30 rights and freedom include the civil and political rights like right to life, liberty, free speech, and privacy, and economic and social cultural rights like the right to social security, health and education, etc. India took active part in the drafting of UDHR. Means so many provisions of UDHR which taken from by the India, and add it into their fundamental rights. The UDHR is not a treaty, so it is not directly create a legal obligation for the countries. Means it's not a treaty, and the all countries are not bound to the human rights or the provisions of UDHR. The UDHR, together with the International Covenant on the Civil and Political Rights and its two protocol on the complaint procedure on the death penalty, and the International Covenant on Social, Economic, Social and Cultural Rights and its optional protocol from so-called International Bill on Human Rights is also included. If we're talking about the other conventions on the human rights, so this includes the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of Crime of Genocide in 1948, the International Convention on the Elimination of all the form of racial discrimination 1965, the Convention on the Elimination against all the form of the discrimination against the woman 1978, the Convention on the rights of the child 1989, the Convention on the rights of the person with the disability 2006. So there's so many convention was happened in the after the World War to protect the rights of a human being, to protect the rights of our children, to protect the rights of a woman as well. And India is a party of all these conventions. This India also include in this all conventions. If we're talking about the Human Rights Council, the Human Rights Council is an intergovernment body within the United Nations system responsible for the strengthening the promoting and protection of human rights, that is made up the 47 United Nations member state which elected by the United Nations General Assembly. The most innovative feature of the Human Rights Council is a universal periodic review. This is a very good feature of the Human Rights Council. This unique mechanism involves a review of human rights records of all 192 United Nations member states once every 4 years. the Office of Human Rights Commissioner for the Human Rights OHCHR serves as the secretary for the Human Rights Council. And apart from the United Nations, so many other countries also make some convention, some treaty on which based on the human rights, like European Convention, African Convention, Asian Convention. So many conventions also exist in the country on the human rights. If we're talking about the human rights in India, this reflects in our constitution, in the fundamental rights. Like the India's constitution incorporated most of the rights which was taken from the Universal Declaration in two parts: fundamental rights and DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy. If we're talking about the fundamental rights, Article 12 to 35 of the Constitution, this includes the right to equality, right to freedom, right to against the exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, saving of certain laws, and saving of the constitution. Rights to constitutional remedies also included in the fundamental rights. And in the DPSP, Principle of State Policy, the Article 36 to 51 of the Constitution, this includes the right to social security, right to work, uh, uh, to free choice of employment, and protection against the unemployment, right to equal pay for equal work, right to existence worthy of human dignity, right to free and compulsory education, equal justice and free legal aid, and the principle of the policy to be followed by the state. If we're talking about this statutory provision which is exist in India on the human rights, the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993, which is amended recently in 2019, provided for the constitution of the National Human Rights Commission. They provide, and at the union level, which steers the state human rights commission in the state and human rights code for the better protection of the human rights and the matter connected with their with or incidental thereto. And if we're talking about the recent events in the protection of human rights, like the human rights situation in the Jammu and Kashmir, followed relation of the Article 370, and the passes the Citizenship Amendment, have a broader renewed the international uh, uh, focus on India's human rights practice. In 2014, the government has cancelled the registration of more than 14,000 NGO under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. This it was mainly targeted its on critics. Keep talking about the measures to take by the government protection of the human rights during the pandemic. In the corona pandemic, the government ensured the right to food for every person through the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. It is also a very good step taken by our government to help to protect the human rights in the very difficult time in the corona pandemic. And apart from it, the wages have been increased in the Manrega for the empowerment of the workers in a rural area, and the government directly transferred the money to the account of the migrant laborers who affected from the COVID-19 and the lockdown. So this is so many steps which our government also taken to protect to the human rights. So hope you understand that what is the human right and which steps taken by at the national and international to protect and promote the human rights. So guys, this is all about today, and hope you like my video. Hope you understand this topic. A very thank you to all to watching this video.